Hello. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode
83.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
Yet another version of American Top Gear.
And have you watched it? And
no,
if you have, how?
I am not subscribed to Motor Trend. It's going to be their new means of driving traffic to the app, and I like the lineup that they've got with this one with Rob Corddry, Dak Shepard, and Jethro Bovington.
And I know the first two. I'm not as familiar with Jethro, or maybe I am.
Oddly enough, they got a Brit on the American show.
They never got an American. Well, they got the American, but
yeah,
that
it was on the Top Grand Gear tour.
Yeah, that was.
And they also had
not funny.
They also had Joey on the later version of British Top Gear with Chris Harris, and the running gag then was Chris Harris kept calling Matt LeBlanc Joey. He's like, two guys named Matt. One was a cokehead. This is the one that was not the cokehead,
but
just
looking at him.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like two guys named Chris. Chris Dim was not the dim one.
No. I guess it's better than having David Schwimmer be on. Hey, here's a car.
Or even his started a reasonably priced car. Hey, man, this thing's going really fast. We were stepping on the brakes.
Well, Steve, you brought a little goodie, and I brought a little goodie. Tell everybody about your goodie first.
All right. So, considering today's automotive topic and the fact I'm sick of looking at it, we have the Terrapin Flux Capacitor from 2012, Special Anniversary Ale, malt beverage brewed with spices, weighing in at not 1.21 gigawatts, but 9.9% ABV.
Get gigawatty with it. T-shirt Hell has a shirt that says, "I'm not getting jiggy. I have Parkinson's."
Oh shoot! I could have brought my Back to the Future shirt, seeing I was actually dropped by the house beforehand to check on Kitty.
Right.
Instead, St. Pat's is 2 weeks away to mark the year anniversary of all hell breaking loose. But instead, I have my St. Patty's pub for Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
The funniest bunch of miscreants apparently still on the air.
Yeah, we should have an Irishman on in 2 weeks in honor of. Do we actually know a proper Irishman?
No, just some improper ones. I think that would work too.
Yeah, and honestly, it'd be more fun. So, while Steve's opening that one, I brought a Crowler from Dry Falls. This one is the Charlie IP or IDA. It's a strong ale.
I'm sorry, what?
A Charlie Ida, not an IDA.
No, the earlier part is from where?
Dry Falls.
Then you have a cliff.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it's still good and not flat because it has been seeping just a hair out of it. It should be okay.
Funny, that seems to be the kitty's problem too.
It should be okay, and if it's not, well, we're probably going to drink it anyway, but
yeah.
This is Charlie Ida.
Put an Alka-Seltzer in it, you'll be all right.
I'm such a fucking idiot. It's not an IDA or an IPA. It's the Charlie Ida. It's a strong ale. It's 8.5%, and it's been 4 different names, and this last time they changed it because one of the cops in the area was killed in the line of duty. His name was Charlie Ida, and he loved going to Dry Falls, and he was like really, really nice guy, so they just named the beer after him. So that's a good, well, it's not a good story, but it's a commemorative
So I was thinking potato with it. Or Ida?
How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
0.
Yes, it does. Well, Steve, you want which one first? Your bottle or the can? Well, the bottle's going to go quicker.
Yeah.
So let's do the bottle first. You do the honors.
Here's something. Let's see if I
was going to
check the mic in the process.
This was reasonable. That was like $13.
Okay.
14. The other one I wanted to get was the Boston cream pie.
Give her a whiff. Give her a pour.
Oh, that was the one I was going to get from Oklahoma.
I should have bought more of those 9 years ago.
Get the Oklahoma. I was going to get the Boston cream pie one, but I'm not paying $25 for a Crowler, so it was good. Trust me, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but that's a remarkably decent pour for not really looking at it that closely, and close too. So, do you want to hear about the cool story I told you before we got started?
Why, yes.
All right, so I got the LED conversion kit for the Wrangler. Just the headlights. No, I don't really need LED turn signals because that's stupid.
It's a turn signal.
Exactly. So I just got the LED headlight kit, and it's supposed to not flicker.
You know what I'm really concerned about in my automobile?
What's that?
The energy consumption from the light bulbs. Please convert to low wattage.
Well, Steve, why don't you get into the time machine and go back and buy more bottles of this, because this is really good. It's really, really good. I feel like it, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't lose carbonation over time, but it does get a bit less bitey over time, I think.
This is very mellow for being a 10%er.
For sure. I got the LED head, and it was only flickering like when I was stopped. When you're going down the road, I guess there's so much suspension, you don't really notice the flickering, but it's flickering just minorly, not really bad, like those really cheap-ass LED lights. So I emailed the company. I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I put everything in correctly. Everything's, it's got a solid, connection to it. I was like, is there something else I should do? Should I reset the battery? And he goes, oh, it sounds like you need the PWM, the pulse width module. And
power waste management?
So you need a pulse width module. And we already have it boxed up, and we're shipping it to you. It'll be there tomorrow for free. $55.
Wow. And now you don't have to go to one remaining Radio Shack in the state to get that. What's up, Hickory?
So shout out to Headlight Revolution, who does a lot of different vehicles. They do the SV4 is what I have, and it's 390% brighter on low beam.
Goodness.
And 320% brighter on high beam. And it's the exact same beam pattern, because here you go. Let's nerd out on headlights. When you just replace the bulb in a stock headlight, you're still keeping the stock beam pattern that the company that you bought your car from decided was the perfect beam pattern for the car. When you just put cheap LED lights in, it can scatter. It just scatters fucking light everywhere. And it's brighter, but it's not better. It's brighter is not necessarily...
It's not focused.
Correct. Yeah, you're better off with being 380% brighter and it being focused than you are like 2,000%. They tested one. It was just...
You don't need 170 degrees of range coming out of your headlight bulbs.
No, you do not. So that's why when you see people going down the road and you see a lot of flickering or just a fucking Ark of the Covenant coming to you, they have cheap aftermarket headlights.
Or some gobshite with a giant light bar that's, for off-road use only.
Gobshite is a great word.
Yes. I find myself using that a lot. Thanks, Chris Harris.
Yes. And at Guidon Brewing, the last one, is ran by a very nice, very tall German lady. And I immediately thought of you.
Guten Tag, Fräulein, wie geht's?
I looked up how to say glad to be here. And she didn't tell us she was from Germany, but she was clearly had that Deutschland accent. And when we sat down, I told her I don't remember how to say glad to be here right now, but and then she said, this is good, or thank you as
Danke.
There's a Danke and then something else, and I was like, that's cool. I just looked it up on my phone. She goes, that's okay, I understand. I was like, I do not speak.
Ich verstehe.
She said, what languages are you familiar with? I'm like, English, Spanish, and for some reason Bosnian. That has no practical purpose whatsoever. Jebiga is so great. That place is cool. Dry Falls was amazing. The food truck I had the barbecue mac and cheese.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, so, is that...
That's funny considering Saturday I made my first brisket with leftover mac and cheese.
You did, stay for the... what was it? It was chew. It was a little chewy, but really, really good flavor. Yeah, you'll perfect it eventually.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
It was first time using brisket that I picked up in June of 19, first mistake, and using the cheap pressure cooker I wanted for Christmas. Only to finally read the reviews on it, and one of the lead complaints is, this thing's really slow to heat. Like, well, it's free and worth it.
What we need to do is make briskets and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
With biscuit. Ooh, biscuit, brisket.
Yes.
Sausage gravy. I like where this is going. Let's run a food truck. What do we want to call it? We'll think of something. I just put us on the spot.
Like,
but I was in Hendersonville. Did a brew crawl a couple different places. Didn't make it to Southern Appalachian because I'd been there before. Wanted to go the ones. Triskelion is the name of it, not Triskelion. I thought it was That was like, how do you say the name of this place when after we play something like, hey guy, is Triskelion.
Hey, triskaidekaphobia. What? Triskaidekaphobia.
What is that the fear of?
13.
Oh, I like that.
I'm surprised you never heard of that one.
So being born on the 13th, I'm very surprised that myself.
So that make you more of a triskaidekaphile?
In a single file.
Yeah, that's it. And me being born on the 26th needs to be a double triskaidekaphile.
I don't think there's a fear of 26, and if there is, then I think you have bigger problems.
That would be somebody really bad at blackjack.
Hit me. Peter, that's 30. Hit me. Before we get started with the news, you got any items of share-worthiness to share with us?
Been on some Zoom calls at work regarding new, bigger, better things they've got in the works, but still no word on imaginary job yet. But at least I'm in the loop for whatever is coming up, and once we have new parts, like 360 cameras that don't keep cutting themselves off, I'm sure I'll be getting those set up. Before me is an update on the theme. I replaced my trusty rusty Asus ZenPad 8-inch that I've had since November of 15 with the Samsung Galaxy Tab A7, practically free using Costco Citibank rewards. They had it marked down from $260 to $200, and now it's sitting in its brand new eBay case that arrived this afternoon right before coming here.
Nice.
So once again, I can take it and twist it and see if this will tip over as easily as the previous one.
But just don't bop it or pull it. You can twist it.
But this also being a case specifically for this tablet instead of the generic one, it feels sturdier. So it seems less likely to tip over than the old one was. That it's handy to at least look at, but if I have to scroll through it, it would often just tip itself over. It seems less likely now.
I got worried for a second. It wasn't It said that we're having trouble playing the live video. There we go. Now we're back.
We're gonna start just jittering a bunch. Internet connections, man.
What's funny is it just jittered while you did that. And it wasn't you this time, I promise. Let me just make sure it's playing. But being in the loop is more important, and at least they know that you're, competent, more competent than anyone else around all of that equipment. Because
also got to change one of the cameras in the dome. We're using these Nikon D810 DSLRs, and that's what we have been shooting on prior to the iPhones taking over. So we had those to spare. And of course, one of the higher part of the dome went out. So got a crash course in how to swap that camera out Monday before going to the bar. And I checked with my boss, yep, bad day for fear of heights. What do you mean? This isn't bothering me too badly, but yes.
Yeah, you don't like heights, do you?
No.
Okay.
I like to say I'm doubly acrophobic.
Are you not Stephen Wright? You're afraid of widths?
No, it is afraid of high spaces and afraid of neighborhoods named Heights. Go ahead. Get robbed at gunpoint in Grandin Heights west of downtown Charlotte sometime.
That's
Don't
right.
recommend it.
You did.
Halloween of 08 was the worst.
You did. I forgot about that.
Which is funny to think, yes, joke's on that guy. He stole a LG flip phone that was a knockoff Motorola Razr.
You don't really walk around with a mug me type of face.
No, but this is early gentrification for that area. So the locals shall remain restless, especially when it's a bunch of gringos bouncing between three houses at a party.
Yeah.
They're oh, easy target. Well, the next parking 2 blocks down. Hey, let's walk some friends back to their car. That gun real?
Or when Gray had the guy come out of the woods at Saucer, he was outside. Did that dog bite? If he has to. And they just kind of nodded and walked away.
Never mind, Kale was a giant teddy bear. And had said guy stepped any further, he would have run away pissing himself.
But he doesn't have to know that.
Yeah.
You only have to... It's like being in poker. You only have to make them think you have the best hand.
You only have to make them think that your 100-pound husky is vicious.
You'd be better off having Cairo.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that is the coolest method. Like I've always liked that about like when you hear a bigger cat and you see them and they step to the side to make themselves look bigger and they puff out their fur and hit. I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool, man. But
it is what a human is supposed to do next to a bear to make yourself appear bigger.
I forgot the saying.
However your hissing goes is all up to you.
I forgot the saying. It was my dad had heard it from a long fucking time ago, and I don't remember I remember one part, which bear it was, but it was like a black bear. If a black bear is coming after you, you're supposed to play dead, because they don't like food that's already dead. They like to kill it. That said black bear, right?
Yes.
Brown bear, you're supposed to run away because of the opposite reason.
That they're lazy.
Yes. A grizzly bear, you're just fucking dead anyway. If it catches you, you're fucked. Doesn't matter if you're already dead or you're running. It's gonna try to kill. It's gonna try to eat you. So far though, I've never had any encounters with any bears that were outside of a zoo.
Or cabins that have been decorated heavily with bears. Luckily, very little taxidermy. What a strange art form.
Nope. Chuck Testa. Do you remember that?
Just the name, but the rest of it, forget it. It could have been whatever the thing from SNL was when they were talking about.
I remember
some
that.
Paul Bunyan type character.
Yeah. Chuck Testa was,
and later Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Wow.
Commercial, and it was like obviously a fake, like a taxidermy. Yeah. A taxidermied deer.
Is he H&R or black?
Neither. He's the fucking Liberty Mutual guy that's dancing around dressed like the Statue of Liberty.
The poor bastard. There's one just up the street.
Yeah, and every time I go by, I give him the fucking metal horns, and he gives them right back to me. Been the same guy for several years now, so I don't know what his other seasonal job is, but
watch him be a mall Santa.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Back when there were malls.
It'd be cool if he got drunk one day and got the wrong costume and went to the mall dressed as Santa, but with a fucking Statue of Liberty outfit.
I like where this is going. Statue clause. That sounds very legalese.
I forgot what I was saying, Kermit. Fuck it. Oh, Chuck Testa. It was obviously a taxidermied deer. And it was like, oh my God, there's a deer driving the car, and it's obvious, like a guy bad acting. And then you see the deer, and then the deer goes away, and it goes, nope, it's just Chuck Testa. I specialize in the most lifelike taxidermied thing. And it was like, oh my God, there's a bear playing ping pong. Nope, it's just Chuck Testa. It's really fucking bad. And then somebody, of course, made like a 10-hour loop of a techno song of him just going, no, Chuck Testa. Jesus Christ. It's funny.
Early memeology.
That was...
Or back in the you'rethemannowdog.com and the various weird things on that.
It was either that or like the 4chan days, which is a long fucking time ago. Rest in peace, 4chan. Well, you know what? It was probably for the fucking best. Although they're still active, aren't they?
I don't know. That was never my thing.
Yeah, it's a little too... I appreciate dark humor.
My embarrassing old internet usage was the Wolf Web. That was the NC State chat board. That basically functioned like Facebook before Facebook was Facebook.
Yeah, because I didn't have a Facebook till 2009.
Okay, I joined late 2004 with my CPCC address.
That's why I didn't join, because I didn't go to college long enough.
Because earlier you needed a .edu to join,
right? And
it was all fun and games until the plebeians were allowed in. Sorry.
Well, I could have. Well, retroactively.
Yeah. All you had to do was apply to one class at CP, drop out, then you have your EDU. Like I figured this out early on and accidentally acted upon it. That I actually had two. One was my CPCC email, and for a couple years after I dropped out of state, my NCSU EDU was still working.
Very
so
nice.
I couldn't tell you. Like, I made accounts with both, and one has since been abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't tell you which is which, if this is the CP or state one. But one started December of 2004. One started late 2005 when I moved back to Charlotte and tried to do geography type stuff. And lo and behold, Adam's office actually has an opening for GIS analyst.
Ooh.
Cool. I have, I never completed that course.
Mm-hmm.
I have no experience using GIS software. I was like, well, this is interesting, but I'm not qualified for it. They never got back to me on it, but that has been far and away the most interesting thing outside of the VANA.
Well,
and he's currently a technician, and apparently that's the step before analyst.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a good stepping stone for him working with Sanborn.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Chicken Boo got a lot of different jobs, and he wasn't qualified, so you might could Chicken Boo it from Animaniacs. You remember that?
It's not ringing a bell. Have you
You
seen
wear
any
the
of the
disguise
new...
to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken. It's just a giant chicken who's like a sheriff of a town one time, and there's one guy in the town who's like, he's a giant chicken, guys. Like, do you not see this? They're like, you're not going to talk about the sheriff like that. And then his hat falls off at the end of the episode. Like, oh my God, he was a chicken. That's not ringing a bell at all.
Not at all.
Oh Christ, we're going to binge watch that shit. Like,
but
what are you doing this week?
Working.
Me too.
But upon going to McDonald's to get my spicy nuggets fix, all of the people working there were wearing chicken hats.
That's clucking awesome.
This is the one in Concord, like right across from the Big Lots and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Like,
what, in the
considering,
triangle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right across from the one
line.
like the one food line that owns itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only reason they're still open.
They all had chicken hats on. I find some crazy steak deals there a lot.
McDonald's?
No. The food line. No, at the McDonald's, that was when I almost killed myself by chicken nuggets a few weeks ago on the previous episode of the podcast.
Yes, that's right.
The spicy ones are nice and mild and delicious. The hot and spicy Chex Mix I had prior to this program was spicier. So that was quite the kick in the teeth I've needed all this time.
Thank you for coming to the dark side.
Take a Pepsi later, but whatever. I'm not suffering too badly yet.
You're talking
But
to the guy.
The afternoon is young.
You're talking to the guy who used to douse his Wendy's spicy chickens in Tabasco sauce. So,
It's funny. Kalen does not care for Tabasco, unless it's the green Tabasco.
It has a specific flavor to it that's even different than like Frank's Red. Like Tabasco is what pepper? I think it's cayenne. You know what? I could take or leave. It's Texas Pete. Like that just has.
That's funny because that's her go-to.
It has no. It's like somebody took vinegar and then whispered spice into it.
Are you saying it's the seltzer of hot sauces? Considering how much she loves that stuff.
It's the sponge cake. It's the sponge cake of hot sauce.
Leave Jimmy Buffett out of this.
And where is it made?
Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem
Which is
Pete.
real funny that there's a knockoff of it from Food Lion, so I call that Salisbury Sam.
Yeah. There used to be a lot of really shitty knockoffs at Food Line. One was 57 sauce from Heinz, 7 sauce. Or the
Dude, you step it up one. It's 58.
Or the I can't believe it's not butter knockoff was
Is it butter?
Isn't it butter with a question mark? Like the best one I saw with that was Walmart.
Margarine.
You would think it's butter. Is what
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and crack this.
You're not going to pay a lot for your butter.
You're not gonna pay for a lot for your melted plastic butter substitute.
Hey man, the taste is right. That's what I would name my margarine product.
The taste is right.
Yes.
The taste is right, bitch. Oh my god. I really hope it's still good. It worries me that it didn't seep out enough to drip all the way down the can, but like you get a crowler or something to share with your friend and you want it to be fresh. I'm kind of all about crowlers instead of growlers now because I can easily finish this in one sitting.
Pun intended.
What?
You can.
Can. I can. I'm not going to can right now because I don't want to fucking kick the shit out of you or the table. I can easily finish this in one day or one night in just like a one session. It's unlikely you could do that with a growler.
Depends on the growler.
Fair. Like,
I mean,
there's still a little bit
it's not
left.
like you're getting Narragansett in a growler. It's like, no, I'll just get my 12-pack and go.
Yeah, this was my favorite one at Dry Falls.
Delicious, not fizzy.
Mm-hmm. So it made it.
Yeah. So the fizz escaped. That appears to be the sacrifice that the can is to offer here. But
it was a strong ale. So it wasn't terribly fizzy when I had it fresh.
Do you have any recollection of the saucer really trying to push cask ales back in the day?
Yes, that was around Biggie Beer Day.
Yeah, that was all like the good old days, like early in our goings there, and it was just expensive and flat. I just did not care.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. And I didn't care for the Biggie Beer night either. I mean,
that wasn't a bad idea though. That's actually when I held my first plate party was back in October of 2008. That I held my first plate party on a Thursday, so as to have it on Biggie Beer Night. So like whatever contributed towards it were all larger beers. You know, much like trying to hold plate parties on Sundays, since they eschew trying to do that on Mondays when everything is $4.
But you can
back in the day it was $2.50.
I miss those days.
Various pricings in between.
They ought to have like one day where they do $2.50 draft night again, and it's like
they'll probably be in June with their anniversary. So their 26th anniversary for the whole franchise is going to be then. But with everything going on, who knows? And apparently, if you have a plate party, they only pay out half.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Bruno clued me into that. Yes, so I've got to finish 2 plates to get the price of one. What the hell? I only get my 5% cash back instead of 10. What the hell, man?
Bollocks.
Yes.
I'm less than 20 away from number 11. So
I'm almost halfway to number 16.
Yeah.
Then I never did anything for 15 because I finished that right before all hell broke loose.
I think
I'll tell you what I want to do for the would-be current plate, right?
I'm pretty sure you did, but go ahead.
I'll spill it on the air now, since this is gonna be a while still. Matt Farah keeps ranting about Carl Ruiz and how cool a dude he is, and I've seen the videos, and yes, Cuban chef does not give a fuck. Had a very cool quote. I'm going to have to figure out how to drill a hole into a 12-inch cooking pan of some sort to have this quote from him. Don't trust your tastes. Odds are you have none. Something to that effect. Like, that is super cool.
That's a good one.
I'm also torn between that and from Rush upon losing Neil Peart over a year ago. We're only immortals for a limited time.
I do like that too.
I already did the one with Prince on the clock, which was Party Over, Oops, Out of Time.
Yes.
And I need to tack that up on my wall of clocks, because you've seen the clock wall. And
he loves the clock.
So does Kalen. What? It was our mutual idea. It's like, yep, this is why we're perfect for each other. We're going to build our own interpretation of the Wine Vault's wine clock.
I haven't been
I
have not been to the Wine Vault. Well, even before all hell broke loose, I still haven't been in quite some
many
time.
moons. Last we went there was after her sister's birthday, January of last year.
Her sister's older, right?
Yes.
Looks damn good for her age too.
Also, yes.
So is Caitlin. That whole
because
clan.
Kellen's born in '83. Hey, this episode. Sorry to give her, and
I think
it's
she's
not exactly Irish twins, but there's a 14-month gap between them. So it was January of last year that was the last time we went to the Wine Vault.
Irish Twins
after getting hibachi.
Irish Twins is the same year, right?
It would be if
you're born the same
someone's
year.
born, within a year. So that 9 to 12 month mark, and they're at 16.
Well, technically, you're supposed to, after the baby is hatched out of the axe wound, you're supposed to wait several weeks before engaging in coitus. But I don't know.
Otherwise, we call it fibnicating. To get very Victor Borga here.
Victor Bornstein. Wait, that's not the lyrics. Oh, Jesus. Steve, you ready to do the news?
No, but it was thanks to REM that I learned who Lenny Bruce is.
I've learned a lot. By the way, I did learn what's the frequency, Kenneth, and it's a lot of chords. But I've got the chords memorized, but I don't have all the words memorized yet. So
that's a lot going on in that song.
Yeah, it's not going to have the tremolo. It's not going to have the fast tremolo.
Forget that you can play it. What is the frequency, Kenneth? He never gets his answer, does he?
Do you know the story behind that?
No.
What?
No.
Steve, settle down the campfire. We got a story time.
All I got is this tablet that dropped from 89% to 83% since it's been running. The old one would have dropped from 100 to 50.
Quick. Well, that's why I have the Emily and all of her thoughtfulness charged the power bank because she knew we were potting today, and I have it hooked up to there. So check.
It's very blue up top, so you're good.
Yes.
That there.
Yes.
It's not blinking, which probably indicates it's weak and terrible.
So, the song "What's the Frequency, Kenneth" from REM. It's a song by alternative rock band REM from their '94 album Monster. I didn't realize it was actually more recent than.
Yeah, that was with Bang and Blame, and I think Orange Crush. I heard a retrospective on Monster, and yep, I remember the songs that made the radio, and everything it didn't, I really hated. Which is kind of my take on REM altogether.
I hate to say it, but it's kind of the same for me.
I got Document, the one with "It's the End of the World as We Know When I Feel Fine."
Yeah, that
for Christmas early on,
that was 87, right?
Yeah,
because
I must have gotten that
Crush.
sometime in the early 90s, not knowing what the hell REM is.
Rapid.
This is the band, but this is good. But I don't know what's happening here. That's a pretty solid album, but not knowing why do I have this? I have many years ahead of me before I become a total musical asshole.
And a manual transmission elitist up top.
Boom.
So the
that's
song's
right.
title.
High five of busted hand. It's doing much better 7 weeks later, y'all. What up?
Fingers doing better 1 month later.
Yeah, nice. Meanwhile, busted this knuckle today.
Welcome to my
Get 'em both
world.
out.
I bleed. Look at my thumb. I looked down. I was just bleeding for no reason. I was like, I don't even remember doing this. Anyway.
Did you wait
No.
and bleed?
That's a different episode. The song's title refers...
I've seen Slipknot. It was terrifying.
The song title refers to an incident in New York City in 1986 when two assailants attacked journalist Dan Rather in Manhattan and repeated the phrase, "What's the frequency, Kenneth? What's the frequency, Kenneth?" That's where it came from.
It does have a better ring to it than "What's the frequency, Daniel?"
Yeah, I guess they were really high on something, but anyway, later on they were the musical guest, I think, on David Letterman, and Dan Rather came out and helped them do the song while they played it, which is amazing. I'm so glad to teach you. You're usually teaching me obscure, useless shit about music, and now here I am to return the favor.
Hi, you're bigger into Beato, I'm bigger into CJH.
Mm-hmm.
With our powers combined, that's a hell of a music trivia category.
I didn't realize Man on the Moon was on that album, but that...
A monster?
Wait. It says track listing. It was a 12-inch and a CD maxi single. There was What's the Frequency, Kenneth, Monty Got a Raw Deal, Everybody Hurts, and Man on the Moon. Because Man on the Moon, Man on the Moon wasn't made for the. I think it was like they decided to put it in there because it was a song about Andy Kaufman, and then when they made the movie about Andy Kaufman, Man on the Moon, they used it. I think. Let me just click on that. Yep, 92. Man on the Moon came out in 92. Automatic for the People was what I was on.
Okay.
Yep, so it was on
Yeah, I
Automatic
think it's
for the
like
People.
that predated Monster.
But yep, now you know the story behind What's the Frequency, Kenneth. And there's one swear word in the whole song, and it's at the very end.
I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to.
It's at the very end, and most of the time you've heard the radio edit.
Right.
So the last part was, I never understood the frequency, But then the last stanza, it's, I never understood, don't fuck with me, And then the song ends. Which is weird, because I don't think I've ever heard Michael Stipe say fuck before.
They pretty well kept it clean.
And it's so weird to hear that. And that video was the first time that everybody saw him with a shaved head, too. He had hair before then.
Yeah.
That was the debut of their new look. I'm the same way. I love the song. Like, Orange Crush, dynamite. Losing My Religion, dynamite. Every one of their singles, fucking dynamite. And then you delve deeper into the catalog, you're like, did Ben Shepherd write all these?
It's like, not all bands can be the earlier aughts Queens of the Stone Age.
Or the Eagles, unfortunately, even though he's an asshole. And I don't mean...
Yo.
Handicapped people making handicapped face. He got in trouble for that. He got in trouble for
that. It's like, well, I don't remember Bill Hicks saying that one, but a lot of No Cure for Cancer was ripped from Bill Hicks, which is the comedian that Brian Layton was talking about with the Tool song.
Yeah. Yes.
Real fucking high on drugs.
Mm-hmm. So, Steve, this is the latest we've ever started the news before, but we're 37 minutes. Breaking news.
The old Daily Show with Kilborn. Yeah. When news breaks, we fix it.
That
and
was
the van slams into the wall.
That's a great fucking line.
That is awesome.
Although,
and it's a fantastic visual, too. They have this van with a satellite dish on the front, on the top of it. Let's go slam into the wall. Like, yep. Well, that crash test dummy's dead.
Political views aside, Dennis Miller always had a good sign out with it. And I'm Dennis Miller, and I am out of here. Texas Ale Project collaborates with Pantera to create a new beer called Pantera Golden Ale this month. I don't know what the ABV or anything is, but...
meanwhile, the state has not been demonstrating a vulgar display of power.
Oh, my God. It's like... somebody had posted, thanks, guys. I've always wanted to pull my parachute halfway down. Or, no, take off my parachute halfway down at the jump. What? Jesus, fuck me. I mean, if I ever needed a reason to be glad I don't live in Texas... It's kind of the one, actually. I bet you people in Austin are not doing this because Austin is the blue dot in the red state. Yo, No whiskey today, guys. We're keeping it with booze because we got a lot of beer to drink. There's a lot of shit.
We got lots of stuff to do, and
I got a late day tomorrow. I go in at 10 o'clock.
Over the weekend, good news, brisket. Bad news, rum spike cider. I did not feel good the next day following that one.
Is it because it went down so smoothly that you just kept going? So it tasted just fine.
Tastes good. Aftermath, not good.
Okay.
And it's like, that's...
Reminds me of my first girlfriend.
Heyo. Goes down smoothly. But don't let go.
Oh, please.
Ruin a band.
We should have an episode of Ruin the Band. Change one word or one letter. Platform Beer Company's entire Columbus, Ohio taproom staff quits, citing safety concerns.
One more time.
Platform Beer Company, their entire Columbus, Ohio taproom staff quit, citing safety concerns due to COVID. They put up on the wall, "We all quit. We're closed." And now that they're trying to
So you're saying they're hiring?
they are, but it's Ohio.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anywhere in Ohio besides the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that I'd even want to be at right now.
I had a lot of fun there for Nick's wedding, but that was for a very specific amount of time at a very specific place. And luckily it was in June, so the weather was pleasant. Kirkman was there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast. Getting there was not fun, because that was my longest ever solo drive, going from Ocean Isle Beach at the beginning of that week to Columbus, Ohio, midway through the week.
Columbus is mid-Ohio.
14-hour drive.
That's mid-Ohio, right?
The 97 Tacoma, and yes. Because Highway 33 is all valleys, and it got foggy. And you remember that thing. It was a radio flyer with an engine.
Mm-hmm. Things like that have a place. It's especially nowadays, it just, your modern crossover is twice its size and weight and all that, so it's not, well, it's also not the beacon of relaxation on that long of a trip either.
That had issues with that seat the entire time I had it. Because it was a split bench.
Bench seats for bench butts. So, yeah, if your entire tap room quits, it's probably not an isolated incident.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Or, did somebody catch it and they all caught it? That would be even worse. It's like, oh, this place is on quarantine indefinitely. Which is always a little terrifying, getting the notices at work that bleepy and blah blah, this department has an occurrence. Like last week we had 0. This week we had 1 to report from the end of last week. But it's always been a little terrifying, like, hey, who's been out? Or when the department next to mine had almost everybody out for a while. Like, all right, well, no cars are getting checked in this week, so good luck.
Yeah, the job I wanted to apply for was swing shift. So one quarter it was first, the next quarter it was second.
Ew.
And no, sorry, I'm not going to do that.
I'd say they update it frequently, but with the way it's set up there, it's a lot of the same stuff. So anything specific beyond, yes, we need more detailers, more fixers, more painters are few and far between.
They have 37 jobs available right now.
37, 38 is about the most I've seen, but it's always been in the 30s for the Concord site. Charlotte VM's always been at about 3. The Anywhere USA bounces between 0 and 1. I was like, yeah, give me the remote position. Yeah, we're looking for a recruiter. No.
What do you drive? So, do you have a chopper?
An intermittently and multifaceted Airbus A320.
So this is the size of this room.
Yes.
I wanted the junior.
It will be the seat I'm sitting in here. It's going to be that across multiple aircraft is how that operates.
Okay. I was going to apply for junior logistics, which was schedule making and overseeing. I could do that. I do that now.
And enough, the last COVID scare was within logistics team. So, hey, did you hear about Tom Segura having had it? Like, well, got them antibodies. Got to start the weekend somehow.
I thought about applying for it and like doing that, and then just going in and saying, look, I'm not interested in a swing shift. I'm interested in working first, and then Monday through Friday, and your occasional Saturday if you absolutely need me. But it wouldn't hurt to apply and get an interview, because then at least they would know what you're about. Like, yeah. I don't really want to deliver cars to people. The idea of getting out of retail is to not deal with customers anymore.
But at least this is going to be delivering what, maybe cleaned up. Maybe dirt is discussing awful thing I keep seeing. Thing to person. But at least, like, well, it's their money on the line, and hey, like, it's getting things handed off. Everything else has been settled. And if they don't like it, well, there's a 7-day test own period.
Yeah. Well,
and hopefully, you know, if you were to do that, you don't run into the ranks of the drivers who have been robbed at gunpoint because, hey, there's a fancy car in the back of your fucking truck. Like,
yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Spy Hunter? Get a box truck. Get box trucks. These weird-looking flatbeds are weird.
I've seen the picture, and yes, they are very weird.
They get no better looking in person.
With a capital H. Weird.
Thanks, Stewie. For nothing.
I'm really excited about this, and I'm not sure how you feel about this, but we're going to find out judging by your facial expression. Goose Island has paired with Cadbury to create a Cadbury Creme Egg beer called Golden Gooberly Cream Stout. It is only 4.5% ABV, though.
That means you can drink a bunch of them and get diabetes.
Normally, something that's...
Who names this? No.
It was Gooberly is because they had a Goobly, G-U-B-I-L-E-E, and I didn't say it was a good name. I'm just trying to justify it.
Should this have been, you know, with a J instead, like a Jubilee? Maybe?
I think that's the play.
This isn't Gift Jiff.
That's the play on the word. It's not a great name, but a Cadbury cream beer I would be all about. Do you like Cadbury Creme Eggs?
Yes, the once a decade I have them.
They get smaller and smaller every year. They used to be like the size of a real egg. Now they're the size of like a robin's egg. They're just like tiny.
So who is your favorite member of the Bee Gees?
None of the Gibbs.
Maurice.
Steve Budweiser Select is being re-released this year. All right, moving on. That's all I got. I've had it before, and it's Budweiser.
Yeah. Like, change it up. Rename it Budweiser Start. Budweiser B. Budweiser A.
Or you can make it like a cheat code, and if you guess the right cheat code, you get a free case of it. Like Budweiser, up, right, left, down,
Who's
X.
really winning here? It's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
This one is interesting.
That's the only way to play Contra. It's like, fuck y'all that can play it on only 3 lives. I'll play it on 30-man code, and by about level 5 or 6, I have to use a continue.
Bob Evans.
I've got it on the Switch.
Bob Evans Restaurant is testing beer and wine sales for dine-in customers in select Florida stores. I've never been to Bob Evans.
Ever been to Denny's?
Yes.
Same diff.
But
just without the bad rap, but it's the same stuff. Speaking of, Jimmy's having kicked the bucket is becoming a pizza joint.
Because that's what we needed in Mint Hill was more
pizza joint across the street from a pizza joint.
Across the street, there's Papa John's there too in the same plaza.
Is
and
this
a Marco's.
Is this going to be the new Plaza Midwood? That Mint Hill Midwood?
Please, let's make that happen. There's Hawthorne's, Papa John's, Marco's, and now Empire. I don't know.
I'm going to start lopping off the street signs so Lawyers Road is now lawless. What's up, Lucy?
Nice. I hope Empire does music, and then I can just take a hand truck to the gig instead of the actual car.
And then every time you go there, you had to say, damn the man.
Yes. I don't know if it's
only good role, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if Empire's a chain.
That's such a vague name.
I really don't know.
I don't know, but upon going there, you would have to learn Kasabian. Everything off Empire.
I don't see what symbols from a drum kit have to do with those are Sabians.
Instead of Kasabian was one of Charlie Manson's cult followers. So that's what these Brits then they're banned for, and they're awesome. This is the best stuff you've never heard.
What's your favorite place to go over the water? Is it the Golden Tate Bridge? Great. I'm excited for Empire. I hope it succeeds because Jimmy's was just. It's okay for what it was. It was an old person breakfast lunch place, and although Bob Evans was described to me one time by a friend in high school, I was like, "What does Bob Evans have?" He goes, "They serve old people food." What the fuck does that mean?
It's K&W without the variety.
Exactly. K&W was called Canes and Walkers by somebody. I've never been to K&W. Probably not missing anything, am I?
I don't know where you'd find one. There used to be one by Wowing Cafe in the University area, but that kicked the bucket and became something different. But also in that same area, they're building a Lidl. I noticed that Monday.
Interesting.
Like, well, no, good news, bad news for your grocerying, but I'm pleased to see there's another one.
Food line will always be a thing. I thought about applying at Lidl, but when I leave, if I'm going to work retail, I'm going to work at the place I have 6 weeks of vacation at.
Yeah, it was like that would be real tough to do. It's like bouncing between managerial job A to managerial job B. Yeah, that to even drop to 4 weeks, even if it takes a year, is going to be hard.
Yeah, it will be. I've applied at Coke and Pepsi, though, yesterday. It's the same amount of lifting, but even more money. But I would rather just get out of the industry, to be honest with you, before I blow my brains out and everybody with me. Next up, Martin House Brewing of Texas, again, releases their new spicy pickle beer. The brewery's new pickle beer line has a collaboration with Texas-based Best Made Pickles, MAID. Includes varieties such as extreme sour pickle, extreme hot pickle, Bloody Mary pickle, jalapeno bread and butter pickle, and sea salt hamburger chip pickle beer. Steve, you like pickles.
The one that, but in beer, that's really strange, and the only one that's find remotely interesting is the one you would have no interest in.
Probably the sea
Because
salt.
I'm going to say Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls. Damn you, South Park!
The Bloody Mary. No. Man, favorite Biggie song?
Hypnotize?
Mine's Suicidal Thoughts. Have you heard that one?
I live them. What?
You better not. The lyrics
It's been a while, but
the lyrics are, when I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to fucking tell. Don't make sense going to heaven with the goodies dressed in white. I like black Tims and black hoodies. God'll probably have me on some real strict shit. No sleeping all day. No getting my dick licked. It's so much fucking fun. And then it gets really fucking dark afterwards. But it's the last one on Ready to Die.
And with a title like that, and considering his demise, well...
He was right, though. Like, about the more money, more problem thing. Like, he's absolutely right. Mr. Layton, our quad guest, has talked about that.
I keep finding less money, more problems as well. I think it's just life is trouble.
Jesus, isn't it, though? You know,
typo negative, life is killing me. In case you need even more a downer to listen to.
Well, we're not boomers, Steve. We're doomers. But see, I'm optimistic nihilistic doomer.
Oddly enough, on my Switch, I have multiple versions of Doom. Because
I've never played
on my
Doom.
computer, I had a lot of versions of Doom. You have a computer. You have a phone. You have this truck. You could probably play Doom on this toy truck.
What about this Jack Daniels?
Yes.
Audi keychain.
Yeah, show it to the people.
Steve was like, hey, you want a Jack Daniels? And it's a Jack Daniels Audi of DC.
The darndest stuff in my travels.
So, in speaking of travels, the taco shop I was telling you about, there is one on South End.
White Duck.
We must go very soon. Can't go tomorrow. I got a gig Friday at Buzzed Viking in Concord, but Saturday I'm considering going down there Saturday, and I will just text you and I'll go, I'm picking you up. You better get your ass ready. And we're going there. Either that or getting takeout and just eating it at home.
This too works.
And having a big fat bitches and wine and taco night with me and you, because we're big fat gossipy bitches. Well, Steve, Two Stacks Irish Whiskey has released their Dram in a Can canned Irish whiskey today. It is bottled and canned at 86 proof, and the cans are 100 milliliters or 3.5 ounces. The equivalent of a little more than your two standard bar shots.
That's really funny to think of little tiny cans containing something that's going to whoop your ass. Oh, it's a shooter.
Yeah, I drank a whole 4-pack by myself, and I now can't do math. It's $19 for a 4-pack.
Always been a difficult suit.
That's reasonable.
Canned beer's pretty cheap. Canned wine is not. And
canned whiskey.
Canned whiskey. Just don't check the math on that, by the way.
That's $19 for 8 shots. That's cheap. That's really cheap.
Depends on the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, canned wine, it's going to be 4 energy drink cans for at least $10. That's not good pricing.
No.
Because for $10, I can get another box, 3 liters, that will make you feel real fine.
At the time. 10 hours later.
It's my Rather the Grapes response luckily has dwindled. But back in 06, and a friend of mine got married at a vineyard, the next day hurt a lot.
Do I know friend?
No.
Yeah. Would I have gotten along with friend?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
But she's since married 15 years now with... frankly, I have no idea what the hell she's doing except going to the gym a bunch, and she's married a lawyer, and they're in Louisville.
I'm glad you said it like that, because it always bothered me when people go Louisville, because then I think they're having a stroke. Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Louisville?
Louisville, Kentucky. God damn, he's vile. Volvo is to move all electric by 2030 and offer no more dealership purchases, all online.
Huh?
You heard it right. Not only will it be all electric, but they will only be online. There will be only online sales.
I heard that all together. It was like no more dealership sales all online. Like, so you have to order your car through online and pick it up at a dealer.
So it's going to be all online sales. There will be no more brick and mortar Volvo dealerships. I don't think you can do that with new car. Like, you couldn't Carvana new cars. Not now.
No,
not right now.
That's what Tesla kept trying to do. And there have been so many odd things with that versus state boards of commerce or whatever have you that I'm not entirely sure what's going on or why they had the halt sales here for a while, but it still cracks me up. They're based out of the old Mercury dealership.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Which is next door to the Saab Volvo dealer that last I recall still has the Saab sign up 10 years later.
That they still are in operation though. You can go get
Volvo's
it serviced.
Still a thing, yeah.
Yeah, you can still get your Saab serviced.
Like there's all your Swedes, and any given moment on Carvana, there's 4 Saabs for sale, all Saabs proper. The 926 is too old. That's the only one I would want.
I still love the 9to5. Like,
we all love Dolly Parton. She's now 75 years old.
And looks 50.
I would high five her plastic surgeon, but I would hate to damage such talented hands.
Are you saying she's 75 double D? Or is that in a later part of the alphabet to be determined.
Yeah.
Well, if
For
32
some reason
is a C,
that Dolly Parton's America never discussed.
I can't word either.
English is becoming harness.
Harness.
That's
Wait a minute,
why I'm
Steve.
best walking.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm drunk. You're Steve. What?
This is a first because I've finished 2 beers before you have, and you usually finish before me.
Bet you got to pee before you do.
I don't have a bladder.
Oh dear. What the hell happened to the last tattoo you got, man?
I am 100% efficient. I don't pee or poop. I use everything that I...
That's a really good Always Sunny reference, by the way.
I didn't realize it was.
That happened. D had...
A discussion?
It was disgusting, yes.
I have a crush on her. I don't remember her real name.
Caitlin Olsen.
Olsen, that's right. Olsen.
Sure.
Not like the twin.
Yeah. Mary Kate, Ashley, Bree, Caitlin, whatever.
That's my favorite kind of cheese. Last but not least, Steve, you're going to guess Car and Driver's 10 best for 2021. Now,
Honda Accord and BMW 3/4 Series.
well, do you want to just flat out guess them, or do you want me to tell you all the brands and then you guess the car?
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to go in.
Did I get 2?
You got the Accord, and you said BMW.
I would say the 3/4, like that's been on there forever, but
Not
they
on there
split
this
it
time.
Good,
Yep.
because they are fat cow cars.
General Motors.
Caddy ATS.
No.
Vet C8.
C8. C8's on there. Genesis.
GV80.
You got
That's
it.
the only way to kill Tiger Woods.
You got it.
Did you look up the, more importantly, the song instead of the video, the Just Like Tiger Woods from Steel Panther?
Not yet.
It harkens back to the troubles with his previous wife, but the song's awesome. Rest and recover, Tiger.
Go get him, Eldrick.
He's the only reason that Nike has a golf sales division. That
is absolutely true. You had the Accord again for the 2 millionth year in a row.
Ever since the 85 that almost became a first car. That one had the front hinged hood because that's cooler than other hoods.
I want a side hinged hood.
Would you settle for Butterfly with the Car Wizard's 38 olds?
I like the Car Wizard
the best. Yeah.
I like him better than Hoovy.
Yeah, he's the Bob Ross of mechanics.
He is so great. They said his teeth are fucked up because he was holding the flashlight on them too much when he was working on cars. So,
maybe keep shooting the center def, dude. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Kia.
K5.
No.
Telluride.
Yes. Which is a gorgeous SUV. I love the Telluride.
For being new big fluffy thing, I like it, and I like it more than the Palisade counterpart, as does everybody.
The park lights on the Telluride, the surround is so fucking.
It looks
gay.
cool.
The Telluride Black Edition is the one I like the best. It's so fucking cool. Mazda.
Don't call it a Miata MX-5.
No.
The new 3.
Nope.
630. Ew.
No.
The new 6.
Nope.
The new 3.
No.
Didn't bring it back.
What's pretty much the average of all the numbers?
7?
Nope.
9.
No.
Five.
CX-5. You said CX-30, and you said the 6, and then you said the CX-9, and then the 7, but you never said the CX-5. You said the MX-5, but not the CX-5. CX-5.
Way to go, Adam.
Porsche.
Taycan.
No.
Ooh. 992.
No 911.
Boxster Cayman.
Yep. Boxster Cayman.
All in one.
The Cockster. It's the same platform. It's just,
Yeah.
Porsche.
Again.
And it's not the...
And not what
Not
it
the ones you
says,
just
so it's
guessed.
not like, oh, that nails 2. Macan?
Macan.
I've always liked the way those look.
Yep.
Yeah, wrong trends, but that's a good-looking rig.
I don't know how to say the next one, because if I say the brand, it kind of gives away the rest of it.
The DeLorean.
So, no, it's not that. I will just say Dodge.
Viper. Wait, that's not a
that's
thing
disco.
yet. That's not a thing yet.
It's a Ram.
The 1500 pick 'em up.
The 1500 pickup.
Because otherwise it becomes 25, 35, the 11500.
Mm-hmm. Volkswagen.
Sure, in an Atlas. Are the Ayrtons out yet?
Even if they were, they wouldn't be on the list.
Not 2-1, not GTI.
I'll give it to you. Volkswagen Golf.
That's funny because apparently Volkswagen announced they're discontinuing the Golf but keeping the GTI here. It's not so much same diff, but it's funny that for once the performance model prevails and the Econobox doesn't versus anything else. Like, I'm looking at you, Sentra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
This will be tricky. Toyota.
The Tacoma revision after 5 years? I doubt it.
No.
Corolla.
No.
That's like, that'd be really funny if my future car was on there.
That would be funny.
There's this Prius. I will punch that laptop.
Not Prius.
Good. Sienna, because that grill's atrocious.
No.
Good.
There's a reason I saved this for last.
Camry.
No.
Highlander.
No.
Venza.
No. There's a reason I saved this
Avalon?
for last. No.
Yaris.
No.
It's like, because is the GR even coming here?
Yes.
Apparently there's going to be a Corolla powered by that same powertrain.
Mm-hmm.
Tundra.
No.
Sequoia.
Nope.
Cruiser.
No.
RAV4.
No.
Good, because those new ones are ugly.
Yes, they are. They can't all be first-gen two-door Barbie ones.
CHR would be really funny if that's a
No.
thing. Good. I feel like I've exhausted my options here.
You haven't, because it's a Toyota, but Toyota didn't build it.
The Zoop. That's a really good trick question.
It was,
because
wasn't it?
The Toyota MW was not at all coming to mind. So you're saying the Z4 is the winningest Toyota of the bunch.
Brian, speak for yourself.
He seems to like it.
He loves it. And it looks good in person. It rides nicely. I haven't driven it.
This upsets my bladder.
You upset the bladder, and what do you want next?
Surprise me. I'm indecisive and I like almost everything.
That's not a good... It's good to pick, but it's not good to surprise you. When you come back, I'm going to be wearing a clown suit. Not a Gacy. More like a Krusty.
I'm run for Bozo.
I don't do the... I do remember that watching Bozo the Clown. Bozo was awesome. Bozo was awesome. In the interest of good TV, I'm not going to get up during Steve's urinary break, but I need a new job. And I need a new job because I'm tired of dealing with people. I don't want to... I can't deal with people anymore. Like, it used to be okay, but now it just bothers me so much that it's like nothing's ever good enough for them. I would rather just be behind the scenes doing something instead. Starting to wear on my psyche and affect my mood, and I don't like that. So I feel like if I'm still at that place by the time I'm 40, I'm going to be there forever. So I need to make a change, and even if I have to take a pay cut for a little while, I'm okay with that. If I have to, I have to. Just you can always make more money. You can't make more time, and you can't make more happiness. So I need to make a change. And Steve's trying to kind of sort of talk me into Carvana, and the jobs I've seen, I'm not working till at night. I want Monday through Friday, so Emmy and I can have like a weekend getaway if we want to without me having to work it around the schedule. I could play my shows and not be tired as fuck on Saturday and Sunday mornings after driving back from gigs. I need a change. So I'm working on it. Got a couple things I'm working on, and hopefully it works out for the best. I dare not complain because other people have it worse, but it is human nature to want the best for yourself and compare your joys to other joys. But comparison is the vacuum of joy, so it's best not to compare yourself to other people and their happiness too. There's always somebody that has it worse, and there's somebody that has it better also. So you kind of just have to take that with a grain of salt. So I don't know what we're going to give me and Steve next. Steve, I didn't want to get up during this because two people are not present during a live video. It's kind of weird. So, if you want, I want a hotcakes.
All right.
You pick whatever you want out of there that's not the anything in the back. Make it 2. Now, the hotcakes tells you not to cellar it, but we've had it a couple times where we've saved it up, and it tastes like hotcakes. So, are they just trying to prevent us from buying, or are they trying to prevent us from enjoying hotcakes later?
I've accidentally been doing that. I'm pretty sure I still have some 18-era hotcakes that now taste the same. But we don't have cellars. All I have is a room that stays cold in my house. That's where the terp came from.
It's where the bodies are hidden. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. Steve, ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. It's always fun, but it always makes it harder for me to edit. Now it tastes like hotcakes.
Also, yes.
I remember when that first came out.
Seems happier more than the
it's less cake, more hop.
Yes.
Steve, do we want to go into DeLorean, or do we want to do the singles from the 1983 year?
The DeLorean, because flux capacitor beer we had earlier.
Correct. So,
and of all the Back to the Future movies, you've only seen the first one?
Yes. You made me
far and away the best thereof. One of these days I'll watch Pulp Fiction in its entirety, but at least have seen enough bits and pieces of it to know never to get a watch from Chris Walken.
I watched that and So I Married an Axe Murderer very much my first year of college.
Nice.
Which is a weird collection of things to watch.
So American Axe Murder was a fun one post-prom sleepover because the things you do when it's a bunch of people from the same youth group, so it's like a completely innocent co-ed thing. Like, it's not like we're having this big teenage orgy because that could have gone quite the more interesting.
That's the that's the dirty version of the Who's songs. Teenage
Teenage orgy.
I'm just a teenage orgy, baby.
That's better suited. Or Sonic Youth. Teenage orgy.
Ugh, I'm not a big Sonic Youth fan.
The few I like, but that's definitely a big delta of weird and wonderful.
That's a nice way to put it. And lead singer of Sonic Youth? Thurston Moore. I get him and Royston Langdon mixed up from Space Hog because of the stun.
I think between the everything, that's my next Spotify playlist.
You do know that
Sonic Pig.
You do know that they Velvet Revolver was going to try out Royston Langdon after Scott Weiland. That would have been very weird to hear him singing Slither. He could have done it.
Yeah.
But it would have been...
It's that very Weiland or like earlier Guns N' Roses like croony bit.
I liked In the Meantime. It was so... He had such a...
I've heard more Space Hog, but I can't place any more of it. I was put on Spotify and not paying attention to like what's playing. Like, is this good? Cool. Does it suck? Skip.
Yeah.
Because then it's just my cheap Bluetooth stereo that for a while the front panel buttons stopped working after a static shock, and then after another static shock, they work again. The volume meters no longer have light behind them,
but they work.
They still bounce back and forth, assuming I have the volume at up to 15 out of 30. But like it looks good, sounds good. It ain't fancy.
And doggone it, people like it.
I wish I did. Like I said, cheap Bluetooth stereo that looks cool. And for a while, only the remote control worked for the everything. So should it go missing or get broken? Well, somebody's getting axe murdered.
Woman. Whoa, man. Whoa, man. Tell us about DeLorean, Steve.
The Dmc Delorean, often referred to simply as the DeLorean, is a sports car if your sports are bowling, and was the only automobile manufactured by John DeLorean's DeLorean Motor Company, parentheses DMC, no run involved, for the American market from 1981 to 1983. The car was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro and stood out for its gull-wing doors and brushed stainless steel outer body panels. It became quickly known for its disappointing lack of power and performance, which did not match the expectations created by its looks and price tag. See also My Car. Though its production is short-lived, the car was made memorable enough through its appearances as the time machine in the Back to the Future media franchise after 1985. Otherwise, you would have yourself the next Bricklin, which was a gull-wing Ford Windsor 351 powered fiberglass bodied car for the mid-70s, which is even worse.
Steve, it was the right car at the wrong time because of the engine. Any other engine...
PRV V6, 130 horsepower.
What was the liter? Like
2.8.
I mean,
it might have predated the Chevy 2.8.
I'm sure it did.
By even just a little bit. That people have put the LS4 in it, and then you have more engine than the body can handle. Why the LS4? It was the only front drive LSGM motor.
Wait, the DeLorean's rear wheel drive. Oh, because it's engines in the back. It's transverse.
So it's all transverse, like RCR. Never mind, you don't like them. Drove one with it and really enjoyed it, but it was a double wide chassis from the Lotus Esprit under that stainless body. It flexes like a tin can. Like
I imagine
it's.
Or a stainless
I've heard
steel can.
everything in. Also, yes, it's just it's interesting. I hesitate to say pretty, but it has always captured my imagination. Much
I think
like
it's pretty.
the Scirocco and the Impulse that were from the same designer.
I think it's pretty. It looks like it's lifted 5 inches.
American bumper standards. European models didn't have the front springs that looked that stupid.
But it's an American company, too. John DeLorean is...
Yes, he's American. He was the brainchild behind the Pontiac GTO.
Okay.
When he had the bright idea to stuff bigger, badder engine into small Pontiac car, thus birthing the muscle car.
The Commodore. No, Monaro.
Way prior to.
The Monaro was the Commodore was the 4-door.
We need to dig Greg up one of these days and have him on since he has an Aussie GTO.
That's great.
Yeah, and the family hauler is a V6 RAV4.
So what do you... All right, in your opinion, this is going to be fun because we've never discussed this, promise. What do you think now that if they were to release a DeLorean today... actually, that's actually bad because most cars are going smaller. So, what do you think?
Sorry, what?
Not smart. Smaller displacement.
Okay.
Engine. All right. So, engine-wise, you are going to pick the perfect engine that you think suits the DeLorean perfectly, and I'm going to do the same thing. So, if you have something in mind, blurt it out because I need to think of. This is completely off the cuff.
Lotus Evora at.
Oh, so
supercharged Camry V6.
That's a good.
It's a 2,800 pound car, so that is of similar proportion, and not quite the gut wrenching capacity of a V8, but absolutely sufficient power for this thing.
I'm going to go a different route.
Okay.
I'm going a longitudinally mounted inline 6. So either an RB26 or a 2JZ. So just like the Countach's and Ferrari, like they have the straight in the back. I'm doing that. I think an inline 6, turbo inline 6. So I think 2JZ just mirror imaged.
And given the Skyline motor was available all-wheel drive.
It was.
That handles your axles.
That's
whereas
true.
a 2JZ is only all-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive.
Excuse me. Yeah, rear drive.
I don't think in the back an inline 6 would fit.
No.
That way. It wouldn't fit.
It's not a big car.
No.
Have you seen one in person?
Yes. And it's not a big car.
Or once upon a time at Cars and Coffee, the dude had 3 in a row. Like some doctor from Lexington had them. Like,
you like what you like, man.
Yeah. I appreciate what you've done here, but I know better than to dump $40,000 on one of these running.
Well, here's a fun fact, Steve. Go ahead.
Do you ever get bothered at the gas station gassing up your Jeep?
No, not really.
No, me neither.
It gets my Wrangler gets worse gas miles than the Cherokee does, bar none.
It's not a matter of how much you're putting in it. It's just people are not bothering you about your car.
No,
you go and gas up your DeLorean.
Oh yeah,
you're going to get beleaguered. Like, am I totally stealing Matt Farah's words? Yes, I am. But
you have one.
You roll up in this thing. You have everybody's attention, and you did not sign up for this.
No,
you just want your weird childhood fantasy, and oh crap, there are a lot of nerds in the world. and I want to speak to none of them today, as I'm putting the last drops of fuel costing under $2.50 a gallon into this stupid thing.
You could have told me that gas was $3 a gallon, and I would have believed you.
Well, if you go to a specific station in Indian Trail, we can help you.
True, but I'm not putting race gas in.
That's not race gas. It's just gas is currently between $2.40 and $3 right
premium.
now. No, this is just for regular
gas.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is just for,
Okay, I don't know. I don't check.
I'm not a sports guy. I just stake out whatever gas prices are a bunch just to make sure I'm putting the cheapest thing possible in my beloved cyanide.
So I checked online.
By next episode, it will cross 70K.
Nice.
And after its teething problems, it's doing fine.
I will not be at my next oil change, but I'm approaching 135.
Okay.
So,
so you put 10-ish on it?
Yeah. No. I bought it with 127.5 on it.
I kept thinking 126. Okay.
I'll get back to you on that. I don't think I've driven that much, though. Not really.
Your commute shorter, and your far away gigs have been few and far between.
Yeah. There is a company who will do a V8 swap in your Wrangler JK. I think they're overcharging. Now,
do you have to fund the engine?
Here's the thing.
Does it matter which V8?
I think they're overcharging, and I'll give you the options.
We had a SRT Grand Cherokee today.
If they made a stick SRT Cherokee, I would be in one of those because it's hilarious. Not a Hellcat, the SRT. 425 horsepower is plenty. I think the company that's doing this on YouTube, my personal opinion, I think they're charging too much for the swap. Steve, if you want to take your JK and LS2 swap it, they charge $24,000. That doesn't include the Jeep.
That's kind of funny considering that they are doing a GM swap.
Yeah.
Instead of a Hemi.
The other swap is a 6.4 liter Hemi out of the Challenger, and the harnesses line up a lot better, and everything works a lot better.
Yeah.
That swap is $30,000. Now, Steve, the engine you could get all day long out of a wrecked Challenger or Charger because nobody can drive. You could probably get that engine, I'm conservative, $5,000 to $7,000. Maximum $7,500.
Yeah.
You could buy the whole car wrecked in the rear, totaled, for $8,000. So you're telling me that it's $20,000 in labor in a Wrangler? That any engine fits in that thing. I know. I've been under the hood of it quite a bit, just cleaning and being Rain Man me.
That said, you heard about Car Wizard's Jaguar V12 swapped Malibu.
Yeah.
This is the best, worst idea ever.
No, mine is the best rear engine Porsche, but front wheel drive.
Just cut out the back axle out of a 4-wheel drive one. Problem solved.
Rear engine, front wheel drive, and rear wheel steering.
Considering the nature of rear steer in things,
Turn left to turn right.
you're going to have a turning radius rivaling the second Tacoma.
I was thinking a forklift with the one wheel in the back and just kind of spins. Looks like a fucking mower.
Yeah. Well, that's a zero turn radius.
So
a
there's
zero turn radius Porsche 911. I like it.
So there's a guy on YouTube. It's JK Gears and Gadgets, and he and his wife are Jeep owners, and he's doing the Hemi swap at his house by himself, and he's going to see how much it costs him to do a 6.4 liter swap, and his wife is gorgeous. And it's also really handy with tools. And I'm sorry, I know it sounds shitty of me as a man, but watching a woman use a power tool, it does it for me.
Hey, here's a neat trick. The one power drill I had in the house was from Dad, and it shoots sparks. Caitlin's use it. She hates it because it is this dangerous piece of shit from a bygone era. So, per her request, I did just pick up a cheap cordless drill because she's got a new cabinet that just arrived.
Nice.
And she's handy enough to put stuff together. Because often after work, I'm defeated and terrible.
So we have...
She's got a handy streak in her, too.
I like that. Something about that.
Me three. It's like she can cook and can build.
So,
What the hell am I doing here?
Your last DeLorean rolled off the assembly line like 82, 83?
I think late 82.
It's unfortunate it wasn't 83 because that would have brought everything around.
Oh, the company kicked the bucket in 83, which is why it seemed kind of perfect to do this for EP 83.
Not that you need an excuse to talk about DeLoreans.
Yeah, that too. It's such an amazing thing, and it's such a piece of junk, but just look at it.
I always thought it was pretty. I like the way it looks. I don't love the wheels, but they're very period correct.
Yeah.
So,
how much messing around with the wheels have you done on the Gran Turismos? Because you can put DeLorean wheels on anything in that game.
Oh, I know. I think I put the same set of wheels on every car.
Ronald teddy bears.
No.
It is real funny hearing people talk about that. It's like, yeah, it's like those are gonna be like collector pieces.
Yeah, but we call them Theodore bears. Probably better than an FDR bear, because I don't think a teddy bear looks good in a wheelchair.
Sounds better than the things from within the last 4 years.
Oof.
Toupee bears.
F for respects. So, do you want to explain to people about the history of the scandals at the DeLorean Motor Company?
Given that they were built in Northern Ireland and managed to bilk a lot of money from Maggie Thatcher's government to try to keep running. And upon the near demise of the company, John DeLorean was involved in a cocaine sting so as to attempt to gain more money.
And go bail faster.
Yeah. So he gets busted on coke charges, was later acquitted, but by then the car in the company had kicked the bucket. And his daughter, who's obviously survived him, he died in 2005.
Get back to me on that?
Yeah.
I can pull that up too if you want to keep going.
It's just
you must be butter. You're on a roll, buddy.
I was like carried away here.
Oh, he was 80. Okay. Him was 80 years old and looks...
He was married to a model for some of those years. The Dollop did a wonderful episode on him. Like, he was the rock star of the automotive industry.
He had a stroke.
He was kind of a very Elon Musk character long before Elon Musk existed.
I really enjoy
trying to buck the everything.
But I really enjoy
really die trying, and he did it, man.
I really enjoy listening to Farrah shit on Elon Musk all the time because he's made it a national pastime to do that.
It's more fun than baseball.
I could see what you're saying. He was transcendental. He wanted to change the way things.
Yep.
I mean, maybe with some blow, but I think all drugs should be legal. But
it was, it was totally a bust. But that took a long time to
drug bust.
Yeah,
I like that.
But the bust was the bust. It was later acquitted, but nobody remembers that. Everyone thinks it's DeLorean. It's like, yeah, it's body fusion and cocaine. Well, they were setting up for failure, and that really did him badly in his later years. And now his daughter that survives him, that wanted nothing to do with the car, nothing to do with the people. Finally can embrace a community that there are fanatics around this car. And it's a really sweet thing that these bunch of nerds with these cars that are in good shape would be worth $40,000 a pop.
So that's in running, driving, good shape is about $40,000.
Yeah, about $40,000.
Okay.
They kind of resurrected with an outfit out of Houston a few years ago with the 300 or fewer a year. Whatever phrasing it is surrounding that, but new old stock car. And improvements made to the engine to get about 200 horsepower out of it.
Oh boy!
Out of a 2,700 horsepower car.
That's your
Scion
Baruch
it's going to
win.
be BRZ power,
except
something looking
cool.
Yeah, I like the way those look, but the more I get out of those, I'm glad I didn't get one. I'm too old, too big for this. They're tiny.
Tell that to my buddy Mike, who has the yellow one with all the stuff on it, like the special edition one.
They would put mouse ears on it.
Is
he also working for Truly Nolan?
It's the FRS that has all the. It's the yellow color. They only offered the special body kit on the yellow one, and he has that one. And it's a little too shouty for me, but you know me, I like smooth, clean lines.
Yeah.
If not boxy. It could be both.
New idea. Boxy S2000. No, wedge isn't far off, but still.
It's very, it was curvy, but it had, where the front bumper and the headlight came, it came down, and it fucking, went straight down, so... I don't know. Boxy S2000 would be XLR.
Yes.
Ew. You know what? The more I look at the CTS V Coupe, I used to hate it, and now I hate it just a little bit less. I would never buy one if I had the money, but I hate it a little bit less than. All right, I saw one in black with black wheels, black wheels, black tint, all blacked out. It looked okay.
In the dark. So you can't even see it. Okay.
Made a good noise, too.
No.
I'd rather have the wagon, but...
Yeah. It's just, I still find the CTS Coupe atrocious. ATS Coupe looks just like the ATS sedan. It's that's okay.
I like the ATS.
But the CTS Coupe, I still find I'm going to envy the blind.
We should do a Cadillac episode, because Cadillac has had really awesome cars over the years. Sporty
and then there's a Cimarron.
I said Cadillac, not Cavalier. Cimarron's my favorite. I don't know what I was talking about.
Town in New Mexico.
I was going to say Spice.
Close enough.
Cimarron Toast Crunch.
Apparently, how much Spanish did you study? Because Cimarron is Spanish for wild.
Which that was not.
So he's yawning at this.
I was so awe-stricken with...
No, your velocity is terminal. With when they dropped an Elante out of a plane. That's the only interesting thing in that movie.
When you realize the Elante had 55 buttons in the center console. DeMuro did a video. 55. Now
that sounds like modern
touchscreen.
Cayenne. No.
Oh,
just there's touchscreen plus buttons. Modern Porsches have a lot going on between switches and buttons and stuff and things. Like they answered it between that and like 90s Pontiac. There can be too many buttons.
Yeah, I would rather have the buttons than a screen. I'm not. That's not me, old man waving his fist at cloud. That's just if the screen breaks, all of your buttons break. If one of your buttons breaks, all the other buttons work. It just works like that. I'm sorry.
I've seen it firsthand with like cars going through line that this isn't cooperating or it's not cooperating quickly. Just over complicated bullshit. I have my quabbles with my car's stereo, but everything else in it works fine.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Like, I think they're just changing. Like, is it for the glitz and glamour to have that many screens in your car? It can't be functionality because people trade phones every year and a half or two, and they don't. Most people don't trade cars. Most people that aren't us, get a new phone every year and a half, maximum. They don't get a new car every year and a half. Not people I know. And the car's attached to that, and there's no update for the hardware most of the time. It's the software.
Or typically, or now you've got the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So pay no mind to your Ferrari with that. Your CarPlay is a $4,000 option. Oh, no. What? Could you just have basic Bluetooth? Because I don't care.
I don't understand. Like, you're updating the soft, but if the hardware can't, there's no way to up.
Yeah, like much like this tablet upgrade. The old tablet was Android 6 and can't be updated without more effort than I'm willing to offer.
It's like all this show and then nothing. It's a new saying that I've heard and I love it now. They have all hat but no cattle. So the hat's really fucking big. No cattle in the field.
Are you saying he's powerless?
Weak and powerless.
Are you saying we're messing with Texas? Because
yes,
we are.
Yes. DeLorean failed experiment, but a good failed experiment.
It's absolutely in the hearts and minds of everybody who has watched Back to the Future and or The Wedding Singer.
They talk about DeLorean. No one really talks about Geo or Suzu.
No.
Or Suzuki, unless it's motorcycles.
No. This DeLorean predated all of GM's Asian interference to make superior products by making somebody else build them.
Mm-hmm. This should be our
Which
new...
always cracks me up that my vibe was effectively a Geo.
Yeah. This should be our new series. It's defunct car brands. DeLorean was first.
There were plenty before them.
No, DeLorean was the first one we did.
Yeah.
Not the first.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Edsel,
Hudson. Dadsky. his father had Studebaker.
Goodness.
Yeah, he actually.
Which variety?
I'll get back to you on that. I don't even venture a guess.
Lark.
I'd have to ask. So let's do songs from.
It's a good thing he's immortal, so we can ask him for a long time.
I hope so. So this is getting fun, and I know it might be repetitive, but we're doing like now that we're in the 80s in the episodes and soon to be 90s. It's fun to do the year-end Billboard singles from those years because now we're in the years we grew up listening to. So have you had a hazarded? Have you looked at the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 83?
No, I'm just thinking this is going to be early James Hetfield Metallica.
There's so many great songs. So, Steve, number one was that one's already been done. Fuck Sting.
It's the Police.
And it's Every Breath You Take.
Stick to her day job.
Next one. Steve, she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said don't mind, but what do you mean? I'm the one.
The Kid Is Not My Son.
That's a great song.
And the best, worst joke about that, the original title of the song was In Billy's Jeans. Thanks, everybody else ever.
I don't remember Flashdance, What a Feeling.
What a feeling! Got me believing!
Stick to your day job. I don't...
It's totally something you would recognize if you heard it, because it's from the movie Flashdance.
I know the movie.
But not nearly as good as whatever burn I had about a song probably not on this list, Bet Davis Eyes from Kim Carnes.
That was on the last episode, I think.
A, not attractive. 2, not a good song. 3, she sounds like Rod Stewart.
Yeah, she had a bright. We had this discussion.
And, like, I made the lady at work like kill over groaning at that. She's like, no, she doesn't. It's like, oh no, whatever I just heard was totally Rod Stewart.
She does sound like Rod.
Yeah.
She had really bad tumor on her vocal cords,
and that's a compliment to
and
neither.
She made it made her voice sound like that. She had a bright tenor voice, and then after that it was darker. But Steve, do you come from a land down under?
It's Wellington, so not exactly.
My favorite beef.
Outback Steakhouse for land down under.
I like
it's
Outback.
called Tampa.
I like Outback.
They oversalt everything. That's why everything's delicious. It will kill you, but it's tasty.
Used to have kookaburra wings. We'd get that, the blooming onion, and then by the time the food came, I didn't even want to eat any fucking thing. Have you ever had an Australian kiss?
It's like a kiss up here, but a kiss down under.
Kiss down under. I really like the next song on the list.
I kept thinking he's F-bombing throughout the song. Apparently it's funky.
I'm on a different list. I'm on Wiki.
Beat It?
Oh. No.
Total Eclipse of the Heart?
I had Down Under, Beat It, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Maneater.
I was doing Total Eclipse of the Heart. I like that.
No, Beat It is forever the fight scene from Back to the Future 2.
God damn, hold on.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
It's been a long fucking day. I didn't sleep very well, so I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. We just did Total Eclipse of the Heart. So Maneater was the next one, right?
It is.
That's the one that had what was your next one? Beat It.
I totally missed Beat It in the midst of the everything.
Who played the solo on Beat It?
Eddie.
And you could totally tell if you listen back to it. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I think we just had a glitch in the Matrix or something, but
awesome song, and apparently not about cannibalism. Instead about New York City.
So now that I take one of our friends in the Facebookosphere, I was almost going to post that on one of the things. It's like, oh, here she comes. She's a man hater. And she kind of is. I don't remember Baby Come to Me from Patty Austin and James Ingram.
Pass.
The next one, though, brings me back to Tommy Boy.
Do you eat a lot of paint chips as a kid?
No. Why is everybody keep asking?
Why?
It was Maniac. And I can't name another Michael Cimbello song.
Sometimes one hit's all you need to wonder about.
One more than I've got.
And then something better treated by Marilyn Manson.
I like the original better.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Was that on Portrait of an American Family or Smells Like Children? Let's find out.
None of which sounds good. Maybe that's the point.
Well, he's not in the best standing in
anything
right now. He got Me Too'd. I'm sure you've seen that. Right? Oh, Smells Like Children. It was on Smells Like Children, 95. And I remember watching...
helping any of this.
He didn't get Jared from Subway. He got Me Too'd. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that side of bad. Oh, the next one, though, makes me think of Billy Madison, even though that song wasn't in there, but Culture Club was. Do you remember the scene?
What, Buscemi?
No, the scene where he's on the I'll tumble for you. When he's just hears Culture Club in his head and he starts dancing down the stairs in Billy Madison. That was a culture. Well, the song on here is Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? But was that on Wedding Singer? That was Buscemi singing that.
Oh, dear. It's a bad day to not sleep. What?
I got up at 3, so what time did you get up?
5.
Yeah, but your alarm woke you up. My body woke me up.
Have I bored you to death with my collection of vibrating watches?
Vibrating watches. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cassie is onto something here. And this is not the one that specifically has vibration alarms stamped upon the top of the bezel.
Are they good vibration alarms?
I have yet to treat these toughened watches like the hockey pucks I keep joking they are. So I'm going to need a hockey puck and a smooth surface. And I don't have a neighbor that piss me off that much, so I can't aim that well.
Yet.
Next house.
Do You Really Want to Hurt Me was the other one. But then we have You and I from Eddie. I don't remember that one.
Nope.
But definitely.
Because Clerks ruined this title for everybody.
Clerks only ruined it for people named Eileen. Because everybody, come on Eileen. You know what I mean.
Brought to you by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
I don't remember.
That apparently, they're a bunch of clean living dudes, but named the band for somebody amped up on Dexedrine.
There's a fourth time for everything.
Show on the Moon, not a clue, Bob Siegs.
Mm-mm.
She works hard for the money.
Yeah, I remember that.
Goodness. Yeah, once again, thanks, South Park.
Damn, Donna Summers was hot as fuck. Whew. Man. Never Gonna Let You Go from Sergio Mendes. Don't remember that.
No.
Definitely remember Hungry Like the Wolf. Richard Cheese should have done that.
Well, Real Big Fish covered it. And
how was it?
It's silly.
Real Big. Okay.
It's goofy, but kind of in the spirit of a Dick Cheese.
Gotcha. Definitely remember.
Let's dance. Because you've seen Zoolander.
Well, even before that, yes. Remember Youngest of Four, so.
Mm-hmm. Twilight Zone from Golden Earring. Oh my dog. When the bullet hits a bone.
Well, do you remember?
That sounds painful, and that song rips. It's so good.
It does.
The band had 2 hits a decade apart of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both awesome, and I've not explored any of the rest of their catalog. The band's Dutch.
Do you remember the Weird Al I Lost on Jeopardy?
Baby. Because something's going on from Frida, we don't care.
But Twilight Zone was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. I lost in Jeopardy.
Who hosted the original Twilight Zone without looking it up? Because I know this.
Rod Serling.
Yes. And he died of lung cancer because you always saw him smoking.
At the age of
50? Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. More strange things I've discovered through a podcast. Thanks, Danny Gould.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know,
in
Jim Carrey's flick with the green face, he wasn't telling you to do it. Smoking.
It's not. No, that's what you do to your meat. You don't imbibe in cigarettes.
You don't beat it. It can be both.
Anyway, it hosts Greg Keane. Let's get out of here. We need to walk on down to Electric Avenue.
Is it walk or hop down to?
Whatever.
I can't name another Eddie Grant song.
No, but he's got a song we're talking about now because we all know it. It's catchy, if not great.
Yep.
Much like the next one.
Farnsworth, the usual, sir. She blinded me with science. From Thomas Dolby, digital surround sound. Yes, that Dolby.
Was that all his doing?
Maybe.
We'll get back to you on that never.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Toto probably has never been to Africa.
Which part? Bet you they've been to the white parts of Africa, which is Egypt and South Africa. And probably Casablanca.
Have you ever
Morocco.
seen that video?
Yeah.
That's a lot of unibrow.
Also, yeah.
Goodness.
That's a
I am pleased you guys sound as good as you do because Yo Brothers need a makeover.
I think what's the guitarist's name? Steve Lukather.
That's
Great.
the most deliciously evil sounding name ever.
It really is.
Luther? Lucifer? No.
Nope.
Luther.
The solo to Rosanna is so... It's so fucking good, man. That's a great... And then, of course, I'm a Prince fan. So the next one is much too fast. Pequeño Rojo Corvette. No, it would be Corvette. Pequeño Rojo. Because in Spanish, you have to do the noun and then the adjectives. And it doesn't flow that well.
Corvette Pequeño Rojas. Bambino, tu eres tu mucho fasto. What?
Mucho fasto.
Mucho fasto. What do you mean I'm wrong?
I don't remember that one from the Pretenders. Back on the Chain Gang.
I know that one. It's totally okay.
It's the Pretenders. Brass in Pocket's my favorite Pretenders song. You remember that one?
Yep.
Love it.
I'm gonna make you forget this song. That's what I mean. Love lives us wherever I be wrong.
Where the eagles fly. On the mountain high, right?
I'm having a lot of fun butchering every word here, so there's that.
It's like the...
do you remember beer's working.
Do you remember the Smashing Pumpkins, or the video on YouTube was if Billy Corgan loses his keys? It was like, where are my keys? They were right here in my hand. Oh, there they are.
Nope.
Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato.
I don't...
Real funny sing some of these songs that have been on the sessions, and one of which is this, and how and why and how in the fuck is this a thing? Because that song is shapit.
Shit? No.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Shabbat.
Shatbit.
Shatbit.
Like I said, I can't enunciate good.
Loco. I don't remember "You Are" from Lionel Richie.
Nope.
Or that German word from After the Fire.
Don't come around. The Commerce says in town.
That's what it's called? I thought it was called "Don't Come Around."
It's the Commissar. That's what that
Don't
song is.
come around.
After
And
the Fire.
Falco. Written by Robert Ponger and Falco. The song was covered in '82 by the English group After the Fire. That's interesting. Because next up is, Steve, if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go?
Putting on the Ritz by Taco.
I'd
rather have a taco.
I do love my Russian dictators on crackers. Wait, that's Putin on the Ritz. Same thing.
Close enough.
Ooh, such a great song, number 32.
Got that feeling.
I need
sexual healing.
Mr. Marvin Gaye
with an E. So no, he's not.
When did his dad killed him in the 80s?
It was a freak accident.
No, it was not a freak. His dad shot and killed him on purpose.
84.
Yep, his dad killed him. His dad was a minister. Furthering our proof that if we don't go to church, we might not be murdered, right?
So good so far.
So far, so good, yeah. While you're looking that up, Steve, keep feeling fascination.
He was a day shy of his 45th birthday.
God damn, I didn't realize he was that young when he got killed.
Damn.
I don't remember the Human League song "Keep Feeling Fascination."
Pass.
Culture Club, Time.
Pass.
Safety Dance.
BANANAS.
The shit is bananas. I love the safety dance. The video is really weird with all the midgets dancing in the.
What?
The little people.
Little people. Little people.
The little people. The village people. The village people.
Little village people.
The village.
That,
Mickey.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. What if this song was not about Mickey Mouse, instead about Mantle? And by then he's still alive, and he's an ancient baseball player. At no point do you know which Mickey or Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
Oh, ruin a song. Well, because you would think Mouse from the get-go, because that's cute. But let's make this weirder, because Mickey's kind of a goofy name.
No, Mickey Blue Eyes. It's about oh god damn it, the fucking British actor who's in Mickey Blue Eyes.
Pass.
He slept with the fucking black prostitute and gotten Hugh Grant. Mickey Blue Eyes. Now you know.
Oh, Mickey Blue Eyes. Do what you want, man.
Mickey Thompson. It's a song about tires.
Do you know what became of the guy?
No.
It's not good.
How not good?
He got murdered and a half. And
Nice.
hey, let's have some off-road tires named for him.
That sounds slick.
I'm going to say Nobby.
1999 came out in 1983.
Yeah, Mickey Thompson did not see the year 1999. I think he barely saw the year 1990.
Okay, I'll look into that. I got 1999.
It's not good. Phil Collins covering Motown hit You Can't Hurry Love. It's pretty groovy. Journey's Separate Ways. I really like that song.
I like every Journey song, but Don't Stop Believing. Because I've heard it so many times.
You really hate the end of The Sopranos. You
Never
never watched The Sopranos, but you really hate the way that show ends.
I've never seen one episode.
Saw half of that one. That was during quite a few bygone eras. But anyway,
Don't remember We Got Tonight from Kenny Rogers and Sheena Easton?
Nope.
Tell her about it. I do know. Tell her about it. Tell her everything.
99 Prince, Strikeout Strut, Allentown, Stand Back by Stevie Nicks. Oh no.
What?
Tell her about it. Yep. And there's always something to remind me I
love
way
that song.
more than the predecessors.
I love that song. Truly, I don't remember.
Nope, but Dirty Laundry is a batshit song.
Uh-huh. Don Henley's an asshole, but...
No, wait, I'm getting that confused with All She Wants to Do Is Dance.
Oh.
Holy shit. Like, everything going on in the song, that All She Wants to Do is... She does not care about anything.
She does not give a fornicate about any of this excrement.
Nope. Like, Dirty Laundry, like, kind of the same song, but...
Mm-hmm. You forget to
we're
fold
also
it after
doing,
3 days.
2 weeks. It's clean but wrinkled. What do you want? I'm busy. The girl is mine.
I'm sorry that... Wait, that's Brandy and Monica.
You're picking up what I'm putting down to make a real stretch of all efforts.
That's what I'm here for, buddy. But I do remember Kaja Gugu. To shy, hush, hush, I want.
That's real funny considering that the next song was Goody Two Shoes. Like, how badly do you butcher... Oh, yeah.
But I do know and
Hot
rock
Fuzz,
the cat socks.
The Hot Fuzz soundtrack. Goody two, goody two, goody two, goody two.
Oh yeah.
It's like it. I really enjoy that soundtrack. I enjoyed the movie, and the fact they had a Bond as a villain in it is fantastic.
Yes.
It's not a spoiler alert. That movie's been around since 14 years, since 07. Don't listen to me.
I am listening to you.
I said don't. Yeah, rock the cat box.
And then rock the cat box, and then...
Yeah, our house, like, that's another surprise. Like, it's not Talking Heads because it totally sounds like Talking Heads.
It's a total ripoff of Talking Heads.
Hey, you did it well.
Burning down our house. Wait a minute. That's not right. I don't remember Overkill.
It's overkill. I can't get no sleep. Talking about the situation. 'Cause I've been too deep. You don't know the words I'm saying. Day after day, night after night. Everything sounds very cool as I don't know the words.
Don't remember.
Much like something I should know, I don't. Sorry, Duran.
I don't remember Duran squared.
Gloria!
Yeah.
Gloria! I don't want to hear that one.
I also known as Saturday.
I'd rather listen to Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting.
Fair.
For the Heart. Sorry, Rick Springies. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Rick Simpson. More like it. She's a beauty, one in a million girl.
I remember that. The Tubes. I do remember Solitaire. I don't remember how it goes, but I do remember there being a song called Solitaire my mom would listen to.
Don't let no mistakes. Nope.
I thought that one was a Michael Bolton song, and I guess it's a cover.
That would have been covered by him later.
Yeah.
Seeing as this is 83 and his heyday was the early 90s.
But he has Blackjack. After.
But his solo efforts, of which I have both cassettes.
That's amazing.
That remains my best Instagram post.
Number 62 is Emily. China Girl. Although half of her.
Probably wasn't going to be that specific.
I don't remember Come Dancing.
No.
Promises.
The Kinks did better things, and it was called Lola, and that's salacious. Princess Recognize. There's nothing there to remind me. Sorry.
Now we're starting to get Straight from the Heart. I do remember from Bryan Adams.
Want to be starting something by Michael Jackson. Mama Say, Mama Sama Zakusa.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I never knew what he was saying. God, that was 83.
I'm Still Standing from Elton John.
Fuck yes.
Is the DuckTales theme.
I know. And I still like the song.
I'm not trying to ruin it. It's just they sound the same.
There's I'll Tumble For You from Culture Club. Good old Boy George.
Ralph Wiggum personified.
All This Love from DeBarge.
Nope.
Sammy Hagar's on the list now.
Your label's
Oh.
driving me crazy.
And Dionne Warwick, Heartbreaker.
Do not place that. I'm not pleased. Faithfully from Journey is that low down the list. Or Stepping Out from Joe Jackson. I love that song.
That's a good one. She's Sexy and 17 from the Stray Cats. Doesn't age very well now, does it?
How about you don't?
Can we add one to that, please?
Yeah.
Lawyers?
Stray Cats, Dire Straits, whatever.
Wait a minute. Human Nature. I thought that was
Later.
way later with
And-
Janet Jackson. It was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a... I don't fucking know.
Photograph from Def Leppard, like,
8,
still
90.
sees play.
It does.
And Pasadena makes me want to stab my ears out. That song's so fucking irritating.
I got to rock and roll hard. I could take or leave.
Far From Over from Frank Stallone. Yeah. His brother. I've got a rock and roll heart. Like, dude, why didn't you release a song in the 60s? It would not be good then. It wasn't good in 83. You got Lucky, Tom Petty. Oh, shit.
Yeah. 83. There's quite a bit of...
songs I am aware of that should have done better, but...
Should have done better. That's later. But that should have known better from Richard Marx, the brother of Carl.
Brother of Marky.
Groucho.
All the above.
Hey, well, I don't know anything else on the list. I'm hungry. You're hungry.
I gotta pee again.
You gotta pee again. Well, you're hungry for urination. Ew. Steve, that's it.
It's not thirsty.
That's it for 83. 84 is coming up, and it's a tribute to George Orwell.
Dystopian songs.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Yourselves will not fuck themselves.
Ooh, Irish bands next time. That might get obscure, but...
Irish or Irish wannabes. It's like, else we got
Spice Girls?
Therapy and... That's
Wannabe?
very British. No, that would be very different.
Yeah. All right, well...
No, just put some trouble gum in your face and see what happens.
We only drank 3 beers apiece. And I feel great.
That's one of us.
I'm glad we decided not to do the whiskey this episode. All righty. Well, Wonder Twin Powers activate. He's Steve.
He's AJ.
83's in the books. 84's coming up in a week or so. 2 weeks. Whatever.
Whatever.
We're meant to be together. I'll be there. You'll be near.
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Click.